I need a better job. I need a promotion. I need to move to a bigger city. I need a bonus. I don't have enough money. I have no time. I'm too busy. My wife spends too much money. These are all some of the things that you may be saying to yourself in order to achieve financial independence. But these are all merely excuses. You're missing the key aspect of achieving this goal. It won't be your active, earned income that will get you there. It'll be the work outside of your work that'll help you do so. You need to portion out your earnings into percentages and budget what you need to spend, save, and invest on a monthly basis. These will be the investments that will be compounding over time, working to your advantage and favor. And no, I'm not talking about crypto, or the option chain, complex Greeks, and other complicated strategies such as iron condors or covered calls. And no, you don't need to take on a huge amount of debt, leverage, and margin to obtain this kind of wealth. The process in achieving financial freedom is actually quite mundane and boring. See, there was a man named Ronald Reed, and he was a janitor and gas station attendant. He was the farthest from what you'd expect to be a millionaire investor. He was extremely frugal, drove a Toyota, and used safety pins to hold his old coats together. But he did have one quality of a millionaire investor: the boring but consistent discipline to save and invest diligently over a long period of time. He owned and bought quality dividend-paying companies that he held for decades, and in total owned shares of at least 95 companies at the time of his death. When he died in 2014, it was revealed that he had accrued a whopping $8 million portfolio through his discipline, patience, and savviness. Isn't it a beautiful thing that instead of your IQ or intellect, it's your emotional temperament that can make you successful and rich? You don't need to have graduated from an Ivy League university or have parents that are asset managers on Wall Street. We're often our own worst enemies, constantly seeking new trends, new rushes, the next dopamine hit, or the next big scheme to get rich quick. But these are all in fact distractions, and the more distracted you get, the more focus you lose, leaving you wondering at the end of it all how you ended up so poor. To a person with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And so with the more sophisticated tools that people, brokerages, and companies offer to you, the more distracted you get, trying to pounce and hammer on every insignificant opportunity, strategy, and tool out there. You must be patient and practice a stoic-like discipline. Don't be swayed into the gold rush of crypto or those enticing managers of funds telling you to invest with them when their pay is based solely on the commission that they receive from your investments or other debt and leverage backed investments. Just quietly and automatically store a portion of your income every single month to high quality companies and a low cost index fund holding the S&P 500 with any of the top brokerages. I personally recommend Vanguard, as I use them myself. So what you need to realize is that our human minds can't conceive and comprehend the power of compounding and time working together, because we as humans see things geometrically and linearly. Do this. Take out a calculator and try to calculate how much you would have made if you had invested a few $100s every single month since the time you were 18 until you're 40, 50, and 60 into a Roth IRA at a growth rate of 7 to 8% of the US's top 500 companies. You'll be astonished by the millions of dollars you would have by then. You know what? Because I'm such a nice guy, I'll do it for you guys and show you, because I'm guessing you're too lazy to click out and calculate it yourself. Okay, so here's a Roth IRA calculator. We'll put the starting balance at 0, the age at 18. We'll contribute $6,000 annually because that's the maximum you can contribute. The age at 60, a conservative rate at 7%, and we'll maximize the contributions. So when we calculate that, you get a whopping $1.7 million. With the Roth IRA and taxable count graph, you can see how your growth is compounding over the years. You'll reach 500K in your 40s, and then you'll reach $1 million by the time you're in your 50s. So that's your IRA balance once you start at the age of 18 with a very conservative expected rate of return at 7%. Now we all know that the S&P 500 can very well go over that, maybe 8 to 10%. So just keep that in mind when we're calculating that. So if we change the age from 18 to 25 and we keep everything else the same, you'll see that your balance has decreased dramatically from 1.7 to 1 mil. Now if we change the expected rate of return from 7 to 10, you'll see that I've doubled my IRA balance. Don't ever compare yourself to someone else. Just take a look at your age, how fast you started, your own personal life, and your own situation. And make the decision now to get started. Because it'll always be too late to start. You could have started 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, last month. Don't play the should've, would've, could've game. Don't let time be your enemy. Instead, embrace the biggest advantages that time offers and team it up with your hard-earned money along with the emotional patience and discipline required to see consistent, compounded growth in your investments over a long period of time. Don't you want to see what you're really capable of for you and your future life, your family and loved ones? All great things of life come from the patience and long-term delay of gratification, instead of deriving the pleasures from the short-term gratification. Don't focus on what you don't have or what you can't control. As of this moment, focus on what you can do. The very time to start is now.